Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Online Championship semifinal match between VRSmith and agoo03. I am Akuchi, and I am joined in commentary by Sounder.
Hello, hello. Good to be with you.
All right, so VRSmith, the number 4 seed, and uh, heavy, I guess, favorite to make it far in this tournament, is up against agoo03, the 15th seed, who most recently defeated Silly Potter in the quarterfinal match.
Yeah, that was a seven-game match, if I remember correctly. So that was quite an epic match.
And they've jumped into the first game already. For those who don't know, this is going to be a best of seven type format. So the first person to win 4 games or get 3 wins and a tie or something like that will be advancing to the finals. And they will be playing Siamese 4, who's able to defeat Mick Sunnock in the other semifinal match earlier this week.
That's right. That was another epic seven-game match that I believe was won by first player all the way until the final seventh game. So
Mm.
it was a good match for sure.
All right, let's.
But yeah, this should be a good one as well. Another I guess Japanese versus American semifinal, if I
I think so.
have that correct. Yeah. VRSmith has been deep in this tournament many times before. I'm pretty sure this is Agu's first run deep into
Yeah,
the
first
tournament.
top 8. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So this first kingdom, let's see. It looks a little bit sad in that we have King's Cash, but no fun kingdom treasures.
Well, you got Jeweled Egg that you
Oh,
can
that's true.
trash and
That's
get loot.
true. Yeah. Yeah, what am I saying? So both players open with a Baron and a Rat Catcher. I wonder. Yeah, so I wonder if they'll be keeping hold of one or more estates. Baron definitely good for the plus buy it provides.
Yeah, I wonder if there was better plus buy on this board. I mean, there's Jeweled Egg, but I presume you're going to wait a while before you start going that route.
I
But
think
yeah, I wonder
another.
if
Yeah,
Baron is more a play on plus buy or just trying to spike. I guess with Border Village
yeah.
on
That's what I was
the
thinking.
Kingdom at 6, we're trying to, yeah, spike that $6 price point too.
Yeah, with Border Village and a $5 smithy in the form of patrol, that's a really attractive price point to hit.
Right. Yes, indeed. And with both players opening Rat Catcher, I assume they're. I mean, Rat Catcher's kind of sad trashing. It's a little slow. I guess I should say slow trashing. At $2, it's pretty good tractor, but I assume it probably won't get too much play here.
I would expect both players to pick up a second rat catcher at some point. Maybe this turn for Agu with just 3. They could pick up a jeweled egg, but
Yeah,
I think I'd really want a pair of rat catchers. Hmm. Warehouse was not on my radar. Interesting.
no. Guess that's kind of sifting as a way to find your cards, good cards quicker. But yeah, I think you're right. Like here for VRSmith, certainly I would look at Border Village as well as with a patrol, I assume, and then a rat catcher.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Of course, Jay Nails would like VR Smith to pick up a crypt, I'm sure, but I'm not holding out hope for that.
Yeah, I just yeah. Seems like rat catcher is going to be the way to go as far as the trashing goes.
Yeah, I just like. I mean, it's trading off against a second patrol, and I definitely want that second patrol. Like, if it really was just a choice between second Ratcatcher and Crypt, and like there were no other considerations, I could see the Crypt, but that wasn't the choice before VR Smith.
Right. Good turn here for Agu.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, VR Smith did pick up the second Ratcatcher. We'll see if Agu does the same. And then I expect jeweled eggs to be added just because loot plus King's Cash seems like the best payload by far in the kingdom.
Yeah, I agree. I do think, yeah, they're kind of in the same. They're in the same spot here, where I think you go Border Village Patrol Rat Catcher, but then yeah, as you start getting a little thinner, you can add the jeweled eggs.
So VRSmith hoping very much to see one of his border villages with the Ratcatcher play.
Yeah, the caravan just drew a copper.
Yeah, I'd trash that. VRSmith is probably thinking about likely price points. Does ends up not trashing, so keeping the Ratcatcher on the mat. Does
And
manage to
found the border
find it.
village.
Yep, good turn.
Yeah, yeah, great turn.
Do you think it's too early? Yeah, definitely too early for King's Cash, right?
Yeah, it's just not going to do anything yet, right?
Yeah, I like picking up another border village and then this time a jeweled egg just because you need the plus buy, right? And eventually you'll trash it for loot.
Sure. Yeah, right now you're limited to the two buys. Obviously, you're not going to pick up another Baron, so yeah, I could see a egg here. Border Village and I guess another patrol. I mean, you don't need the draw, but for consistency, it would probably be nice to add a third patrol. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you don't need it.
Maybe we see the crypt, right? Border village crypt here, along with jeweled
Yeah,
egg.
yeah, I guess. Maybe that's another reason why VRS didn't trash a copper with a rat catcher. They still have all 7 coppers, so yeah, they could get some value out of the crypt. And given that they have 2 buys and 11, that could make sense.
Ooh,
Oh, they do go second Baron. I did not expect that.
yeah, me neither. Huh.
Caravans are nice, I guess, to help give you a little more search space to find those villages to kick your turn off.
Oh yeah. Um, definitely nice to have like a pair or more. Tracer thinks that the second Baron means that VR Smith isn't going to be pursuing loot. Hmm.
Yeah, could be, could be. And I'd say without if King's Cash wasn't on the board, I would think that's very reasonable. But
Yeah.
boy, with King's Cash, it just scales so quickly. You get a couple of King's Cashes and few loot in your deck, and that produces so much money.
Yeah, it definitely
And
would.
presumably you're going to have several buys off the loot. Although I guess that's not never guaranteed. But um,
No, but I mean, worst case scenario, you can King's Cash a jeweled egg for the plus buy if you do need to. Like, you get 3 jeweled eggs, trash 2 of them, and if you didn't get any plus buy from
sure,
your loot, you can hold on to the third one just so you have, plenty of plus buy or whatever.
right.
Uh, okay, so Patrol is top decked here for Agu, which is nice.
Yep, similar to VRS, although finding these villages is going to be important to be able to keep the turn going.
Yeah, no caravans in play for VR Smith, right? So that's a dead turn.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. So we already know it's a dead turn, don't we? I assume he or she just plays the Baron then and takes another border village. Agoo following with a second Baron. That's interesting.
Yeah, I would have really liked one of the players at least to do the jeweled egg King's Cash thing.
Yeah.
For the spectators' experience, you like to see different lines.
Sure. The Stampede makes sense. I don't think so here because you're likely to. Well, I guess they're only going to have the one patrol down there. Yeah, I guess it's a consideration. Next turn should be good, although they're only going to have the one patrol because they're not going to be able to play this one. So
Yeah,
I think
that's a
it's a
possibility.
consideration, but I think with $6 in hand, I think adding another border village is just too good to pass up over the long term. Agu also follows suit on another caravan here. I would assume so. I don't really see a whole lot else, unless, again, like you suggested, they go with the jeweled egg. But given two barons, I wouldn't think so. Oh,
Goes
a
with the
reckless
poacher,
poach.
yeah, which is fine. Uh, I feel like
Oh, wow! I did
hmm,
not expect that play from VRS.
double
Two
trashes
jeweled
copper.
eggs,
Hmm.
and takes the two jeweled eggs. I expected another border village.
Oh, I did not. I expect some trashing from Ratcatcher, but you definitely could have trashed one and went with Stampede. Um, that's like the safest
Yeah,
play. I'm glad jeweled eggs are purchased, but I'm a little surprised by the double bear.
yeah.
All right, so Agu,
Turn here for Agu.
yeah, gets to decide. Probably like top deck the border village, right? There's no reason. Oh, but you can't play the poacher then. So,
Yeah, you have to play either the poacher or the border village, right? So that you can play both barons.
right.
I would,
Okay, so I guess you can't top deck
I guess
anything, right?
you can top deck a warehouse. I guess you could top deck, yeah, you could leave the warehouse on. No, yeah, you could.
If you don't play the poacher, yeah.
Yeah, you may want to play the poacher to hit whatever price point they're looking at here. So you play the poacher and then you don't play the border village and you just leave the warehouse on top so that you've got
Well,
that
the poacher will be played
reliability.
twice because it's reckless.
Oh yeah, I was counting the two actions, but I wasn't counting the two cards, right?
Oh yeah, top decking
Yeah,
poacher was an option. No, but then
I
you
would think you
can't.
would leave.
Oh yeah, and you can play both barons because you have two estates in hand,
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go that route.
or change something up at least.
Put the poacher on bottom, put the border village on top, draw the warehouse, and not play it, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Oh, no?
Poacher will go unplayed. A warehouse on top
Okay.
is gonna be good for reliability as well. I mean, I think a poacher is even better. Like if you're not gonna play it, I think top taking the poacher is
Yeah,
slightly better, but warehouse on top is also fine.
yeah, I guess so. You see one less card, but um I like the village aspect that poacher gives you. Isaac Gold. Wow.
By the way, does anybody know if it's agu or ago? Because like in Japanese, it would be ago, right? Agu. Okay. Daniel says
Ooh.
so.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's real bad for VRSmith. Wait, no, there is
Yeah,
another border
real bad.
village there. That's right. So it didn't kill that turn, but
No,
pretty
but that's
bad.
two pretty much dud turns in a row. So yeah, Agu definitely in the lead here.
Yeah, but no jeweled eggs. So
Oh, jeweled egg, yeah. And buying the gold though is a little puzzling.
I mean, that's a strong signal, right? That they're not going to be playing with jeweled eggs and loot. Probably
Yeah,
like just
yeah,
pick up a king's cash here and then get to get to greening the next turn. Maybe even this turn.
Yeah, I guess their deck's capable of tripling if they add a King's Cash.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then jeweled egg. Yep. Okay, this makes sense to me. Push the advantage you have,
Um,
and the jeweled egg is just there for the extra buy.
yeah.
Okay, so we got a patrol on the top in those three cards. I'm sure VRSmith would have liked to see it, but can't have everything. But there is a jeweled egg in those three cards as well, so that will be able to be turned into loot. Two rat catchers on the mat.
Yeah.
So I think
But
this
yeah,
has to be
given
King's Cash, right? Because you're going to be able to get a loot and play it if all goes well. So King's
right.
Cash and
Yeah, 'cause
either probably Caravan looks good to me.
yeah, unless it's King's Cash. Yeah, I guess Border Village Caravan, Border Village Poacher.
Oh yeah, what am I thinking? Obviously Border Village. Yeah, maybe Patrol because yeah, something like that. Patrol Caravan. I don't like Poacher just because I don't know. It goes away. Okay.
Well, Agoo kicking off just fine again.
Mm,
Presumably they just take three prop. Well, I guess they stalled out here.
yeah, they only found one patrol. I think they have a
They do
village
have, they
and
do, yeah. They've
patrols
got
down
a
there.
village
Yeah,
and patrol down there, so they're going to be fine next turn. Guess they can just take another province and another. I guess another King's Cash doesn't really do a lot for them, does it?
it does not.
Just another border village patrol for reliability.
Mm, yeah, it looks like it. It definitely
Yeah.
seems like VRSmith can come back. Never mind. Not if you're gonna draw
Well,
like that.
not anymore.
Oh, and great, you get Endless Chalice.
And you get Chalice.
Ugh.
Oh boy. I guess you play the patrol. Yeah, because now you can at least get another. Oh boy. Yeah, this did not go well for VRS this game, but it is their second player, so um,
Yeah, plenty of the match
let's see.
left.
Plenty of the match left. Yeah, Agu looks to be going up 1-0 here on their first player.
Well, they still need to draw another border village to
They do, but
have a
it
good
feels
turn.
like they're going to need to have two or three duds for VRS to catch them.
Mm, two partial duds, I guess. Yeah. Thinking about whether or not to trash the rat catcher seems kind of late in the game for that. All right. It's
Yeah,
definitely not a dud turn. You'll be able to
on
probably
deck.
fully draw. No.
Yep, that's certain.
Interesting choice.
Well, now they're going to draw three green cards
Yeah,
with
yeah, I
their
see, I
patrol.
see.
Yeah,
Wonder, yeah, wonder if there's a way to top deck a good card there.
yeah, that probably would have been more important. But like I said, I don't. It's hard to see. I don't even know if you take anything for two here.
I don't, I don't think that rat catcher does anything good, and it gets in the way of patrol finding. Okay, no, it does do something good because if you have border village patrol in hand, you can rearrange what the
Hmm.
patrol plays. So you want a cantrip in hand to follow that up, so you can draw into a
Mm,
border village or whatever.
sure.
No estates. I would be pressing that
You,
resign button.
yeah. Do you play? I mean, it doesn't matter at this point, right? Because they're not getting any $3 treasures in their deck. But I guess you just would King's Cash the Chalice here, right?
That's the saddest King's Cash ever. Yeah, no, you
No,
can't
they
do
don't.
that.
I mean, they don't. What are they going to play the King's Cash on though? They don't have
They've
any
got
$3
another. They've got
treasures.
another jeweled egg. So if VRSmith had seen it there, they would have been able to trash at the start of their turn and had another target for it.
Yeah, but they did see it there. They knew they weren't going to have it here. I don't, like I said, it doesn't
You are
matter.
correct.
But yeah, they don't have any $3 treasures or any prospects of gaining any before this game's over. Even with the dud here by Agu.
Probably go with Poacher Warehouse is my instinct. Wait, can you Stampede? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can
You
get
can,
Stampede. That's
yeah.
even better.
Yeah, you might as well. That just ends the game next turn. Yeah, Tracer's right. I mean, loot never leads to sadness except every game with it. That sounds about right to me.
Mm, I'm not that much of a doomer, but the Chalice is the one I feel like has the least value. The one that I like the least.
Yeah, Chalice is a killer, and there's just been so many games where I felt like I just needed that plus buy, and it just didn't come,
Mm-hmm.
or it came far too late.
Buys an estate. Okay, and a copper.
I guess
Okay,
if you're
okay.
stampeding, you figure you can draw it
Yeah, I
out no
mean,
problems.
definitely will draw this turn. It's just funny. That copper is
Yeah,
going to make the difference. Wow, and still doesn't even. There it is, finally. Wait, what? You're not supposed to play the patrol there. How are you gonna redraw those estates that way? It's almost like VRSmith is checked out of the game.
the second King's Cash is so sad. I mean, even the first one's pretty sad. You don't need all those buys.
VRSmith could have had 27 here. I don't think that does anything, but they could have had it.
Yeah, I don't even know what you buy here. 3 golds.
You
I mean, a
definitely
gold certainly.
lose if your opponent triples. So you take one
Yeah.
province for sure.
I mean, you got to take a gold, don't you? I mean, otherwise your King's Cash doesn't do anything. Oh, they do take 3 golds. Yep.
Okay. You can't come back from 3 provinces. It's literally impossible. That's more than half VP.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Oh, look at this. The warehouse saving Agu here.
Yeah, if
Third
that was
quarter
anything
going just
except for
about.
Chalice, VR Smith could have won. That
Yeah. Yeah, true.
um what would that have given them? 6 more. They wouldn't have had quite enough to quadruple that turn, but it would have improved a previous turn. The turn when they just played the Chalice when they had the opportunity to King's Cash it. Oh, interesting. Huh. Couldn't even hit triple.
Uh,
I thought they would be able to hit triple. It's not technically half
yeah.
VP yet, but it's very
No,
close.
it's close enough.
Yep. First game to Agoo.
All right. On to game two. We've got some better trashing options here with Modify and Apprentice. League of Shopkeepers. What does that one do? After playing a liaison, 5 or more favors a coin. So that's not a particularly good, not a particularly good liaison.
You
I
can't
don't know
get
if,
the
or
value from the action, yeah. I mean, Yeah. So
Yeah, with contracting liaison, you're not going to get it. So
yeah.
I
So
assume you pretty much skip contract here, right? I
probably.
mean,
I mean,
maybe you
it's
pick up.
fine, but it's not good. I mean, it's fine with mining road. Like it'll be a gold kind of soon, I
That's true.
guess. We'll see.
Yeah, if you get some mining, because you're going to have mining roads here as the only plus buy. Tools is a great gainer, of course,
So here's something cool you
but
can do. You can play Prince. I don't know who the target is, but then you can play
oh, but
tools and gain a prince, and then you can apprentice the prince, and you can just keep doing that.
oh, there you go.
So that's some good draw.
Right, you can keep. Yeah, you're guaranteed every time you play the tools, you'd be able to
Gain that prince.
gain
So
that.
you could put a scheme on
Yeah.
top, and then you can scheme the apprentice every turn, prince the scheme, and then boom. You
Hmm.
don't prince. You don't get to scheme the prince you gain with tools, but whatever. You can apprentice something.
Yeah. Early tools for Agu seems seems a bit early, turn three to pick up a tools. There's not a whole lot you can expect to gain from it at this point.
So both players open quadruple silver. Okay, and then we have. I'm just catching up here. They played a little faster than I was keeping track of. We have no
Yeah.
buy from VRSmith because they have just 2 copper on turn three. Then they pick up a modify. Agoo goes with tools and hunter. Interesting. Yeah, hunter before modify.
Yeah, that doesn't yeah, that's a little puzzling, isn't it?
That's surprising. And more hunter gains.
They're just not gonna trash. I guess they're just not gonna trash. Would be
Well,
my guess. They're just going hard for hunters.
that would be surprising.
See if they pick up two more hunters here. That would tell you, oh, they do get an apprentice.
So who got the apprentice? That was Agoo. Okay.
Probably just pick it up.
Yeah, apprentice tools is a good combination.
Right, because you can just pick up all kinds of $5 cards from tools that you can use as draw with apprentice.
Yep. Yeah, or gold if you get that, which I'm a little surprised. Yeah, there's a mining road. Okay.
Okay. There's another sad tools for, I guess they
Ooh.
gaining a silver with it.
Do you
Wow.
really want that silver?
Wouldn't think so at this stage of the game. I guess they have an apprentice. They can always trash it with apprentice, but doesn't seem great. Especially both opened double silver, right? Yeah, it doesn't seem great.
So VRSmith has 2 tools now. They did the buy and gain with mining road.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice interaction, isn't it? Having a mining road in play and playing a tools can basically gain you a free tools that way.
Hmm.
Do you take the hunter or mining road here?
You're
I
never
guess
coming
the hunt.
around to the mud.
Well,
You're never coming around to the mining road, but maybe you're fine with the single buy.
yeah, I'm not sure you can do anything with two buys if you don't draw on here.
Yeah. And you get 1 extra card from the modify, but who knows what that is.
Yeah, yeah, I think that worked out better that way. All right,
Yeah, the
my chat is not scrolling.
Walled Village from Agoo is kind of surprising since they have 0
Yeah,
terminal actions.
yeah. Do they have any terminal actions?
No. So there must be a plan to get werewolf,
No.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's the first terminal that was just picked up there by VRS, right? I guess
Hmm.
Werewolf's really the only terminal in this.
Well, modify, yeah.
I mean, Modify can be terminal, but
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
yeah.
Mm, Hunter.
Ooh, that's
Doing
a
Hunter
rough.
things.
Yeah, exactly. Guess they're still getting through their deck just fine. Do you play this hunter?
Yep.
Okay, you found the scheme, so that's good. So you're getting just leaving one. Is that what is that top card?
Um, I think they
Hopper?
have another tools in their deck, I thought, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's Agu who has two tools.
Takes the last
Yeah,
hunter.
Agu has two tools. Because they got the early tools,
Okay.
so they did the tools gain tools thing.
That's right, because their first tools was with a bunch of garbage, so they just gained another tools.
Oh, Mr. Guy points out, which I didn't realize, that tools can gain cards that your opponent has in play. This doesn't come up super often, but it totally would with Prince.
Oh yeah.
Orange Prince. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't do that.
Yeah, DZ, we do, but I got this that spec chat scrolling. It looks like my spec chat is scrolling now, but yeah, I missed like
My
all the spec chat this game.
my deepest apologies to Spec Chat. You guys
Yes, mine as well.
are much smarter. So we need to pay more attention. I kid. Um, they're just playing pretty fast. It's a hard time keeping track of what's going on with the game.
It is. I feel like VRS is ahead, but I'm not sure if it's just, first player ahead or if it's more than that. I suspect it's more like first player.
Well, there were some the early tools from Agu didn't play out too well.
No, it didn't. That's true.
One can argue it wasn't a great idea, but um,
Much more than first player. Yeah, you're probably, yeah, that makes sense. That tools, I'm sure, did slow him down. I haven't paid attention to what all the gains have been, but
so
the
yeah,
modify certainly has done more work than
yeah, modify is great. I'd be gaining
Agu.
some apprentices here, right? Yeah, just gain all the apprentices. It's a good draw.
Yeah, I mean, you can always apprentice an apprentice, right?
Hmm. Okay, I like gold. Yes. Okay. Agu is adding good cards to their deck. I like it.
Yeah, these are good buys.
Yeah. I want a gold because I want to modify it into province, and then I can also gain it with tools. And all these things seem good to me. You can also apprentice the gold. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that you have a mining road in play makes it all the better.
Okay. Partial dud here from VRSmith.
Yeah, I mean, they got through their deck, except for I guess there's a couple of bad hunter reveals. Yeah, I think VRS should follow here and buy a gold.
Yeah,
They can put it into
probably
play right away.
tools can gain apprentice and then modify or apprentice.
Yeah. You buy gold, you buy another five, and then you gain two fives with apprentice. Yeah, and presumably two or three of those are apprentices. Did you consider adding another walled village werewolf pair?
If the money works out that way, right? So if you gain gold, you're down to 6 coins. So no, the money doesn't really lend itself that way, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, another mining road. I think that makes sense.
Bought another tools.
Yeah.
I want a gold. So piles are real low now. So VRSmith might be angling for a pile out coming up here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially
tools
because with
can evolve.
with two mining roads you can gain and play tools. Or is it three
Yeah.
at this point?
Yeah. VRS has three tools now, so they
No, I
can
was wondering how many
evaporate
mining
that
roads they
tools.
have. They have three mining roads also.
Oh,
So they can
yeah, they
buy
picked up a third
three
mining.
tools and play them, and so they have six tools that they can play. Yeah,
Right.
but of course, Agoo can just province. um,
I was
Easily.
wondering if Augie was hanging on to that estate. Yeah, so presumably you take one or two provinces here as Agu.
Yeah, I
Probably
think
just
I'd get
two.
two. That just completely like takes out VRSmith's like pile out angle and puts VRSmith in a pretty bad spot, I think, because they have no cards that they can modify into province.
Yeah, and they don't have the gold payload that Agu has. VRS is tired of these hunters not drawing well. Apprenticed one there.
And you know what you can't even do? Oh, can you modify into gold and then gain more golds with tools? I wonder if that's the play. Like modify Hunter into gold.
Not this turn. Not this turn, right? They don't have the actions to do that.
No, they can do it right now. Modify Hunter into gold, and that puts it into play because of Mining Road. And then they
Oh,
can gain
gotcha. Yeah,
additional golds with tools, which they can also put into play with Mining Road.
yeah, yeah. You're right. I was thinking they needed to draw that gold, but with mining road in play. Oh, they got four mining roads, 4-1 on the mining roads. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I would think that's the play here because you certainly can't, with piles this low, you can't take any more tools. Does the mining road lead to a silver mine? That's a good question.
Hmm.
Not in this
Let's
game, it
hope not.
doesn't.
The alternative is you gain a bunch more stuff and buy two provinces, but none of that stuff you gain is a gold. Okay,
Yeah.
Kazumaru thinks that there's a win here, which would shock me, but
Oh, really?
I haven't dedicated the brain cells to figuring it out.
There must be something along the lines of gaining and playing the golds though, because they have to score
No, not golds,
13
tools.
points.
You gain and play the tools, so
How
you can
how do
play.
you score?
Okay,
Oh, you
well,
can
I mean, you have
modify
a
a
bunch of
copper
money,
into a
right? So you
steel.
can modify Hunter into Duchy, and you can buy province, double province, or province Duchy estate or whatever. But I don't know if you have enough buys for all that other stuff. I'm not seeing it right now.
Three tools gains three tools. You play those three tools, gain two tools. You play one of those, gain apprentice. Yeah, I don't see how that line works. One tools gains an apprentice.
Yeah, I'm not
You
seeing
can
it at all.
pile out here. Yeah, you can pile out here as NAS, but I don't. Oh, J Nails says yes. Yeah, I see the pile out, but I don't see the points. Well, if
Oh,
it's there, my money's on VRSmith finding it. Yeah, I got the four tools, right? You can gain and play four tools. 12 plus 3. Is it? Yeah, maybe I'm just not, maybe I'm undercounting the gains with these tools. See if this is a duchy. Nope, it's a gold.
I mean, buying two provinces is not a win, so I don't know. what else was going on with the J Nails win line.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. They had six. I mean, you'd have to modify into an estate or duchy and then use all 16 of your money for buying the two provinces to get the points lead. And then I just don't see how gaining and playing all those tools, it feels like it just leaves you a couple gains short. Golds.
For some reason, my brain is not working when I try to figure out the tools in
Yeah.
Mining Road
And
interaction.
gain
It's just
apprentice
completely
and
not
buy
working.
two provinces. How do you buy two provinces in an estate though? Only got 16 money. If you're using all your mining road plays and all your tools to pile out tools and apprentice, you only have 16 money left to score, which is would be a losing tie.
Yeah, I see a losing tie. I'm not seeing the win.
Needs another modify. Interesting. And I assume Agu doesn't have anywhere near the pile pressure, right? Because they just have the one mining road
Yeah,
and two tools.
there's nowhere near.
So
So yeah, VRSmith can take some apprentice and the apprentice there. Yep, this looks good to me.
yeah, this is probably still this is a pretty strong position.
Ender asked if we could have modified into Dutchy instead of gold. I feel like you need to gain an apprentice or a tools with that modify, or else you're one short. Like, if you don't want to use any of your buys, because you need both your buys for province, I don't know. I'd need to see it in action, because it's breaking my brain, the mining
Yeah.
road tools thing.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could reset the board and just start clicking on
No,
stuff, I
no,
think it would be
Enders,
a
they
lot
only
easier.
had 3 tools.
Right, three tools.
So I think that gets you to a point where with 3 tools and 4 mining villages, you can leave either one tool or one apprentice left in the pile. So you need the
Yeah.
modify to gain it, and then you only have 16 for 2 provinces, which is a loss. But
I
I don't
assume
know.
triple is the best Agu can do here. Is that accurate?
We have to ask if that's safe.
Yeah, you probably don't want to triple here. Can they, let's see if they gain two more golds off these tools. That's 12, 8, 20.
Huh. That was not as long of a think as I expected.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're
But
going to go
yeah,
ahead and double here,
okay.
or I mean triple, take two more provinces and
Mm-hmm.
just hope
That looks good.
how VR doesn't find everything.
Okay, decides against taking another gold to buy an estate. That might hurt. In fact,
You think that might be relevant?
I just don't think taking that apprentice could possibly be correct. I think that needs to be a
Well,
gold to
VRS.
take duchy or to take estate. I don't know if it saves them, but it's just
Oh yeah,
like
they do have the buys.
that's
That's
a
right. They only had the two buys because they just have the one mining road.
oh. Never mind then. It all makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that really hurts. So that's 2 apprentices. And
Oh
yeah, that
boy.
this might be a dud.
Could be an Agu can kick off their turn by trashing a province if they get another turn.
Those are
Guess you have
some.
to take the modify
Hmm,
and trash a copper to try to find more cards.
yeah.
Here
I
is VRS.
I don't think. Yeah, you do have more apprentices down there, and you have more gold. So if you find an apprentice, you can apprentice a gold. I mean, they were able to apprentice 5 cost cards full time, so they just
Yeah,
have
they
a
trashed the
bunch of
Moan
cards they
War
need to draw.
and they trashed and yeah, they got a lot of copper still, but yeah, it is unfortunate.
Well, it's not
'Cause
over yet.
I mean, I assume they were planning to use these modifies to, one of them to turn a gold into a province, one of them
Yeah,
to
if they have to
turn
play both,
something else.
it's very but bad spot. But they should be able to. They should be able to make it if they only have to play one. No, that's not the situation.
Wow,
Yeah, this might.
might be game.
Yeah, might be game.
Oof.
Hmm. So the only question is like, should they have apprenticed a province? That's like probably not. It's just it's tough to make up those points. And that's game. You can stop playing now,
Yeah,
Agoo,
yeah. Just modify a gold or province,
or buy it.
or buy it now with all that money. They're just gonna draw on.
Rude.
And buy more stuff.
Did VR even have it with better draw? I think so. They had a lot of apprentices, and they had a lot of
Yeah,
golds at that point.
I would have thought. Yeah, I would have thought they would have got
A
there
lot of golds, a lot of buys. I think if you have good draws there,
easily.
you win. I just don't know if you can win if
All right,
you apprentice a province.
as VRS, yeah.
Yeah, it seems unlikely.
I mean, that would have been a lot of points to make up. All right, back to Agu start, and yeah, we do indeed have a trashing kingdom. All sorts of stuff that trashes.
Including Peaceful Cult right off the gate.
Peace- Peaceful cult with sycophant as the liaison. We're doing camel research. Research is the draw here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got ports, which are nice to research, and you've got plenty of other villages. Yeah, this is an interesting kingdom with research as the draw.
Yeah, this is awkward.
Yeah, that's a good point about this could possibly be a Sentinel skip. I don't know. Sentinel's such a good trasher. I think you got to open it, but maybe you could get away with skipping it here. What is fishing village is pious. So yeah, you've got good trashing opportunities. Turn one sicko, really?
Mm,
Yeah, I guess that really accelerates the trashing too, doesn't it?
it's actually better on the 4-3, I think.
Because then you can trash 3 cards with it.
But you
Well, I
could
mean, I
just,
guess you're trash.
I don't know. Why not just open Double Fishing Village? Well, we got the Sycophant opening.
Got it.
Yeah, here's the double fishing, which is like, hey, I got rid of all my estates. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So VRSmith's going to be very thin now. I don't think you play sycophant because you want to. Wait a second. No, maybe you do
No.
because you can't trash that
What happened to
sycophant.
the? All right.
They use the favors already, which means the only way you get more is if Sentinel finds your sycophant. That could be annoying if they they keep on pairing up, which is pretty likely once you're thin.
A lot of copper. Yeah. What do you buy with 3 here?
Yeah,
An
silver fishing
unpious
village.
fishing village. Seems good, but it's just sad to buy a fishing village and not get the trash.
The score is 2-0 in Agoo's favor. Iris. Her place is coming out here.
What do we?
Sycophant, right? Then you can easily trash the remaining coppers.
Okay.
At least I
Yeah.
like that. You get 4 additional trashes by going sycophant. It gets top decked, which is whoa. Okay. Yeah, that was good for Agoo to find their replace here. The second replace paired with that sycophant. Yep,
Buy fishing village here and trash the sicko.
you could. Yeah, uh, I like Agoo's line better. They have good cards in their deck. I think Sentinel Skip was
Yeah, it's worked
correct.
out, hasn't it? Now VR, well, I guess VRS has the favors to go ahead and easily trash the Sentinel at this point.
No, no, don't do that. You want to replace the Sentinel.
Oh, sure. And you can use it as camel in the meantime for
Hmm.
because you want lots of golds in your deck to research.
Potentially, although VRSmith's deck is so lean that that's not
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah, she doesn't need the draw at this point, obviously. So are you replacing the Sentinel into another replace here then?
You have the terminal action
Or is
for
that
it, but you need to think about what your target's going to be. You could go
yeah, because
Coven
you're
here.
only yeah, you could give him a coven and get one coven seems all right,
Because
doesn't
I
it?
think you want to get a gold, right? And replace that. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, what if you're not getting a coven here off the Sentinel, what are you getting? You're just if you get another replace, you're running out of stuff to replace.
Could get a town, I guess. Play it as the coin form when you have, like now,
I mean,
when you
buy
don't need the draw. And then
yeah. Yeah, I guess. I guess the town does something for you.
Duchy. Okay,
Duchy.
interesting. Well, that Duchy can become a gold.
I guess yeah, I guess that duchy's not gonna stick around
Oh,
long,
and that
so
gold can be immediately played with Fortune Hunter. That is big brain. I was not thinking of that
oh,
line at all.
well, yeah. Yeah, I didn't that wasn't on my radar at all.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
that makes sense. Yeah, all of a sudden VRS looks like they're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Ammo the FT FH Fortune Hunter.
the golds are being prepared by the camels.
Yep.
Oh, Fortune Hunter's gonna top deck. Well, I guess you don't have to bring the gold out of exile for VRSmith. I mean, whatever. You might as well. You have a top deck gold, so what?
Yeah. You're gonna see everything anyway, right?
Although you only have one buy,
But
so unless you're buying Province, you don't actually need to play that Fortune Hunter. You could instead camel it. This is all under
camel
the
it and still put a gold on top.
right. So what I'm on the assumption that replace Duchy into gold is the play. I was at first thinking, oh, that's cool. Then you play Fortune Hunter to play the gold, but you only need to do that if you're buying Province because you only have one buy, so you don't get any extra value from any of that. So the alternative is you can play the Fortune Hunter as a camel to get an extra gold with your replace, and then you still have 4 coins, which could be Workers Village or Research or Town.
Workers Village, something that gives you plus buy.
Or another Fortune Hunter.
Okay.
That interesting.
Guess it's like a cantrip of sorts.
So
You,
VRSmith doesn't have any
you got
favors, which is it's nice to have some favors, once you start getting cursed.
yeah, I mean you can replace the curse into a sicko and get favors that way and get rid of the curse that way.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could just trash it.
Sure. Yeah, you hate seeing it in your starting hand here.
So VRSmith, not playing with research, I think it's fair to say. And yeah,
Yeah,
research is a big investment for draw.
it is, isn't it? Because you got to put it into your deck, and then you've got to hash something good that presumably you
And you
bought
need a
for
pair
a
of
good
a
reason.
pair of researchers also. Yeah. You need to keep that train going.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow, three provinces left. How did I miss that? Guess replaces
Replace.
can knock them out. So this is close to a win then for no, not eight in deck. Yeah, if they had another dollar in their deck, they could just mill two provinces and buy the last.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Is milling one and gaining one safe?
No, not at all. Gaining two is safe, but then you have no gold,
Oh,
so you have to
just
mill.
might as well gain two.
But that's going to be tough to beat.
Oh, VRSmith had the point lead. Yeah, I was looking at the points reversed. Okay.
Yeah, that's a strong play. I think that's game for Agu.
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Yeah, I guess you don't need to play with double research. I just like symmetry, but obviously the single research worked fine for Agu. What? Why? Why?
You're not.
Rude.
Oh,
Rude. So a 3-0 start for Agu.
wow.
This is a
Wow.
very strong position to be in. Yeah, I liked skipping the Sentinel in that game. That worked out well. There was a point near the middle where I thought, oh wow, VRSmith has a good line now. Like they've made some nice plays, but
Yeah,
that like research turn was really big for Agu. They couldn't quite end it, but they were able to just get an overwhelming advantage.
yeah. Take the two provinces. This is a looks like quite a powerful board. We'll have the 5225 here.
Hmm. That's hmm. That's weird because blockade would be a really good card, and probably still is.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think you have to open board on 5, right?
yeah, I think so.
And I guess just a Hamlet. I guess an early
Oh,
seller isn't terrible.
hold on a moment. Deliver copper, deliver blockade. That's not good, but it's interesting.
Yeah, blockade is like free deliver.
There's no way on the 5-2 to deliver something so that you can trade.
Wow.
That would have been cool.
Sadness for VRSmith again. I guess we're used to that.
I mean, hey, at least there's Hamlet.
Yeah, but bottom deck and the barge is
Yeah.
rough. Yeah, at least they find the one of the Hamlets so they can run with this. Oh, did I guess Agu did the same then, right?
How so?
They also bottom decked the barge, right? They both bottom decked barge.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, nobody played Barge.
One
Yeah.
in 1 in 12 chance, and they both bottom deck their opening $5 buy. Yeah, VR Smith definitely got the better end of that, finding both barges here
Mm-hmm.
with a hand to kick it off. So that certainly rescued things for her.
I mean, having
Oh,
wait, who's got the where the other blockade come from? Okay, they both have one blockade. All right, deliver. Whoa, I love to see it.
delivers double silver off the trade. That's
I
nice.
love it. Really strong position.
I don't even know if I would have considered deliver trade there, but that's clearly a nice move.
Yeah, whenever delivers in the kingdom, like gaining payload just becomes so much more attractive. Even ordinarily mediocre payload like silver, because it
Right,
fuels your
right.
future
Like silver.
delivers.
Yeah, exactly. And you got plenty of plus buy in this kingdom, especially as VRS with two barges and
Yep,
two Hamlets.
and the potential for draw is really high too. You've got Mastermind Barge.
Right. Yeah, it's probably. I assume VRS picks up a mastermind this turn. Maybe Agu does as well, although maybe the second barge is better for their deck at this point.
Yeah, it's tough. Like Mastermind has that tempo problem where the turn you play it is like the first turn you play it is really slow.
First time you play it, yeah, it's usually pretty sad.
Okay, so you can blockade a village here, and then you can deliver a barge. That has to be the play, right?
Yeah, that's got to be the play, right? A village green, I assume. Oh, another blockade. I mean,
Whoa.
blockades forever is good, but passing on the
Yeah, having a
oh, a
pair of
tent.
blockades is definitely good. Man, getting the tent there, very unexpected. But, hey, if you happen to just see your barge there, It looks good.
Yeah. Yep. Will you blockade as Smith here? I guess Village Green is the answer. Yeah, that makes sense.
Here we go. More
Another
trading.
trade deliver. Yeah, I like it.
Blockade silver to stop them from trading. No, I would blockade a good card.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth. I mean, Harrison's a great card. I just don't know if it's worth buying a tent to uncover it, especially when you've got Barge.
Garrison and deliver. They're not redundant, but they're serving a similar purpose. So having both is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so is
What do you?
there? Yeah, I don't think there's a barge down there. So,
No, Agu just has one Barge.
well, hope you draw it in your next three cards.
And VRS is presumably going to get to next turn a Barge this turn as well. Yeah, you can trade the curse. I think you go ahead and take a garrison or two here as VRS.
I don't care about the garrison.
What do they have? 5, 11 deliver is two, so they got $9. Deliver two garrisons, deliver garrison bar. You don't need barge really.
I mean, another trade would be pretty good here.
Oh, they're playing the barge now. Okay.
Mastermind trade. Yep, I
Yep.
like it.
Yeah, no, that's, you can definitely get away with skipping garrison here. There's no question, but
Yeah, I mean, Mastermind
such a
on
good.
barge is like incredible draw. Just incredible.
As long as you're able to, as Smith, I would want to be next turning a barge though to make sure that you don't have too much sadness with all the silvers in your deck.
Yeah, except
But
you can
yeah,
just deliver the cards you want to Mastermind.
yeah,
So
that's good. You just
like
deliver.
play
You
both
deliver.
barges here, and you can deliver another barge and another Mastermind. I think it's all
Yeah,
good. So
yeah, that's true.
the
Yeah, you
garrison,
just deliver what you want to find.
I feel like the garrison isn't super worth it here because there's no way to scale payload great. Like you put Masterpiece in the kingdom, I'm all behind garrison, But as is, you're just gonna have plenty of draw before you can actually get plenty of payload. Is my feeling.
Yeah, I can see that.
What a what a clean deck VRSmith has.
Very nice. Very nicely built here.
Yeah, garrison is money in and of itself. It's definitely worth considering a blockade, like blockade gaining garrison here. You could also blockade for blockade. I like having a pair of them.
Yeah, I do too. I like blockading blockade here. But yeah, you
Yeah,
can't argue with Harrison either.
and here you can deliver a garrison and
To
two five
deliver
costs. Very nice.
Hill Forts, Hill Fort Mastermind.
I think I want a mastermind to have a pair of them.
Yeah,
Hillport seems pretty good. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Masterminding a Hill Fort here is awfully nice.
Mm-hmm.
assuming you
Although,
find
although it'd be
is
nice to play the garrison before you play the hill fort. Oh well.
the garrison over blockade here. Yeah, I guess you need to make sure you draw next turn.
Yeah, so we still have like Agu is still struggling to get the control. Yeah, it's got to be hill fort. You
It's got
want
to need the
to,
actions. Need to see the next three cards.
yeah, you want to put a village in your hand. Well, I guess you don't need that. Oh, another blockade. Lots of gains. Which makes sense. That triggers garrison, even though you don't like put the card in your hand this turn. Ooh, finally got there. It was
It was
definitely
a
a
close. It was
close
close.
thing.
Yeah,
Perfect.
the village green's really nice with the hamlet. That takes care of a lot of your village needs.
Mm-hmm. You can go duration here with this village green potentially. I don't know exactly what's down there. You got the blockade already.
Just another copper? No.
No, it has to be something you gained off Hillfort. So Hillfort
Yeah, I
gains
guess
village
so.
green, blockade, hamlet. So it might be a hamlet, which is completely fine to leave on top. Oh no,
Yeah.
no, the hamlet went in hand. Never mind. I have no idea what that card is. Could be
Yeah, they've got all three needs.
could be a village green. It's definitely not.
It's not a village green. They played both. Maybe it is
Oh,
just a hamlet.
hmm.
Vote hamlet. Yeah, taking all the hill forts makes a lot of sense.
That's a lot of pile pressure.
Yeah. Have to buy coppers. Yeah, I guess coppers wouldn't have been bad. At least for this turn, it's good when you.
It's a copper. I figured it out. VRSmith
Oh,
discarded a
was it?
copper with hamlet. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
I was looking to see where that discarded card came from because Hillfort added two cards and both of them are drawn.
Yeah, can VRS pile out this turn?
What's the third pile? Got blockade and hamlet.
That I guess if you have to mastermind Ilford, which I assume she's doing here.
Can you do a state pile? Because you need some points, so a state pile would be most convenient.
Oh, and Hillfording for the blockades leads me to believe she's going for it and
Yeah,
probably has it, right?
it seems likely. There's just a pretty obscene amount of gains here. And then
Well,
look at
you
all
can
those
gain
hill
four
forts.
estates with blockade and buy four estates after Hillfording for these hamlet. Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems
it's
pretty
got to be
good.
there.
Oh, they got six blockades. Yeah, that's well over. This was an easy pilot. All right, on to game five then.
Hmm.
Well,
With
this is the big one. If VR Smith can take this one, then she's got first player for game six to try to tie it up.
right, yeah, this is Agu's best opportunity to to close it.
Yeah, if Agu doesn't close it out here, there's going to be a lot of pressure. No landscapes. You don't see that very often.
Not in 2023.
No. Ooh, we got a collection board with
Oh
sleigh.
boy.
Well, I guess can't get you can't get the collection and play before playing sleigh, can you?
Maybe not. But you.
You have Hegler, you
What's
do
that?
have Margrave, you do
Yeah.
have Suk, you've got lots of greens, so I assume collection will be somewhat relevant here.
Oh, I mean, collection is everything. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you just right, you score by just continuing to build and build and build until you have a pile
Yeah,
out.
the only reason I would buy province or gold here is because it lets you gain more with Hackler.
Right, right. You got multiple hagglers in play.
But the early game, definitely want to get a Margrave. And then in terms of trashing, I think it's going to be unlikely that the players find a good Souk opportunity early to trash cards. But Souk is just like a good card to have in hand, of course, if you're being attacked by Margrave.
Yeah. Oh, we're not trashing here. Oh, yeah, we got to get the Margrave.
Yeah. So what is investment again? It's the one coin
Agu,
trasher. Yeah.
Agu bottom deck their Margrave here, it looks like. So feels like VRSmith got a little bit behind without trashing, but given that Agu bottom deck the Margrave, maybe not at this point.
Yeah. When you pick up collection is always a tough question. I don't pretend to know the answer. I would
Yeah,
like to play with a pickaxe as well. I think
would you?
I would.
I don't know if I like pickaxe here as much.
It's definitely less good of a pickaxe board than usual, but I want one at some point. I mean, there's sleigh, right? You can
Yeah,
pickaxe horses. It's good stuff.
I guess that's true, right? Once you have deck control, then you can target what you want to pickaxe. But yeah, yeah,
There are
there's
too
a
many
lot of
good
good cards
cards,
here.
like Philosopher's Stone. I mean, we haven't even talked about Philosopher's Stone.
And then obviously you're gonna need city quarters at some point as your village, but that's another thing that's like tough to know when the right time to pick that up is because you want to make sure you've got reasonable action density in your deck.
Well, it's also tricky because
Racer
if you
says,
already have hagglers, then City Quarter is gonna like force you to gain copper, so it's pretty awkward.
uh, yeah.
I
Are
could,
you Tracer, are you saying you as Agu you would take a city quarter right up on this turn right now?
with exactly five. I don't know. I'd be tempted to buy collection or pickaxe. Probably collection,
Yeah, it just feels like
especially with
that's
two
true. You can do
investments.
both. Yeah, you've got a Margrave down there, so you're going to trigger a shuffle, and assuming you don't draw the city quarter dead, maybe you play it and then another Margrave the following turn. Yeah, I could see a case for it.
I like City Quarter on a turn when you don't have five, or
Oh,
on
is
a
the other in discard? Okay.
or on a turn when you have like
So
a
how is
bunch.
Agu triggering a shuffle? What are these five cards that are gonna? And you're definitely gonna want
Margrave will
Crown.
trigger a shuffle.
Oh, VR Smith's Margrave will.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, they do go collection.
Oh, look at that draw for Agu.
Wow. Wow. That's that doesn't get much better than that.
There's the pickaxe. Let's see it put to work. VRSmith
Well, I guess
is
the thing
mining.
is, yeah, VR Smith had bottom deck their Margrave, but Agu's Margrave bailed them out.
That's funny. They're both helping each other out. How nice.
Yeah, Margrave's in it. I mean, it's such a powerful card, but it does. the sifting that it gives the opponent is it's not nothing. I mean, obviously it's net still an attack. You'd rather not
Yeah.
have to throw, especially as VRSmith here, throw a bunch of junk cards into the shuffle, but sometimes it can come up quite clutch to have that little bit of sifting.
Oh, city quarter.
There's the city quarter. Yeah, only the first Margrave
That's
attacks, but
that's
given that it's your primary draw here, you're going to want two or three of them in your deck.
that's weird timing for city quarter. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like you know you have a collection coming right up. I don't know.
Nice trashing here from VRS. Slay. Yeah, that's right. This collection isn't doing anything for you, is it?
Okay, now this could be a city quarter, or could be like crown slay.
Maybe Crown City Quarter.
Could be
Crown Slay. Yeah, I kind of like Crown Slay as well.
souk.
Return
I
to
don't
Souk.
know. With no
I don't know
villages
about
in
Souk.
deck, I guess it's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, I was going for it.
Oh, okay, right, right. And you get the city quarter. Okay.
And a City Quarter. Ooh, that's a nice draw for
Sure
VRS there.
is.
Good turn here for Agu as well. They'll get a trash too.
No matter what Agu does, they have 5 cards in their deck heading into VRSmith's turn. It's like clockwork. Whoa, interesting.
That's right. What did
Huh.
they just trash?
They trashed the investment.
Oh wow.
Huh.
I would
Okay.
think you'd want to trash two cards there.
Well, you got Souk to do that, so I don't hate it.
Guess you'd have to play the Margrave first, or what's down there? Is there more actions down there? Yeah,
There's a
there is.
Margrave, but
But I
I
guess you
don't
can.
think VRSmith wanted to draw on, so yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to trigger that anyways.
They both got orbs. Mirror move.
Another city quarter here for Smith, or a sleigh maybe? No, it's probably a city quarter,
I
right?
like a city quarter.
You're getting thin enough now, and you need the village.
VRSmith has a sleigh, right? It's the card that they didn't see, or did they discard it?
I don't know who got the sleigh.
Definitely VRSmith, right?
I wouldn't think so, given that you just bought one here. Otherwise, that's too many terminals.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 sleighs.
Oh, maybe. That just seems like too many terminals. This collection isn't scoring a whole lot for Agu, is it?
Yeah, a little early.
Okay, Crown City Quarter. I like it.
Yeah, VRSmith has 2 sleighs, and
Oh,
sleigh is nice, especially once you start adding crowns. Crown horse, so
yeah.
good.
When you start crowning horses, that's really nice. Yeah, it feels like VRSmith's deck has come together just a little bit quicker here.
Maybe a lot of game left.
Discarded the Margrave. Is there an? Oh, there's another Margrave down there,
Agu
so she's
is
guaranteed.
very attached to
That
their
makes sense.
silvers. Very attached. Didn't
Ooh, I didn't
wanna
see the hammer.
didn't wanna pickaxe the silver. Pickaxe the souk instead. She's bold. So you could play this as collection if you can buy. Yeah, if you don't need the extra coin, playing this
Yeah,
as collection seems
you
correct,
don't need the coin.
or playing collection.
If you've got something useful to
Yep.
do with a coin, then I assume you that's more important than the one VP.
It's gonna be more than one VP because you can hammer here.
Oh, true. And I guess you can buy
Yeah, that's a three
Crown City
VP,
Quarter.
3 VP orb playing collection.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, that's worth the one extra debt. This
Hmm.
is looking like a sad city quarter for Agu, unless the Margrave.
Yeah.
Margrave. Oh no, it already drew a copper.
Crown horse coming in clutch.
Yeah, look at this.
So Agu has to think about what is the likelihood that VRSmith plays another like Margrave and
Oh,
decides
didn't
against keeping
find it.
that city quarter.
Oh yeah.
This Souk,
Yeah.
well, I've seen better. So I think I
Yeah,
play,
I guess you don't play it, right? You don't need the buy necessarily.
could even pickaxe it
You pickaxe it, sure.
and then buy
Or you could
another
just
Souk
pickaxe the
to
silver.
trap the or trash the last two copper. You know, you also have
Yeah, it feels
the
like
slay trick you could do, right? If you wanted to um, draw
oh,
on a little bit, you could put a horse in hand.
I
I don't think you want to do that. Well, you do have
don't
another
think
city
so. I
quarter
think you
down
like
there, but that's actually a good thing.
you've got a city quarter and a Margrave down there, so I think you just leave those on top. Or do you have another city quarter?
Yeah,
Yeah, city quarter and Margrave down there.
yeah, it's a good thing to do.
Yep. Yeah, maybe you do pickaxe the souk and just buy another souk here to get rid of those two coppers.
Nope, that wants the extra buy. Looks like
Ooh, doubloons.
not your favorite thing to see, but not you know,
Yeah,
it's not
at
endless
least
chalice.
for VR Smith's situation, at least they have some deck control now where it's not not a total disaster.
VRSmith has got to pick up a collection sometime soon, I think.
I think so, right? That's some good VP that's being left on the table.
Whoa! Blows my mind that that
First,
horse was played first.
crown horse here.
Yep. It's just wild. Horse before city quarter.
Yeah, I would have thought that was city quarter. Are you playing Margrave here for the buy?
And if you just need buy, you can. Yeah, I don't think so. With seven dead, I don't think you need it.
Yeah, I don't think you need more than three buys.
What do you
What are you
crown?
crowning?
Could be
The
pickaxe.
orb?
Oh, there was Margrave
Oh,
played
we are
to
playing.
top deck a horse.
Well, I guess it was kind of an attack, given what Agu drew off of it. Normally, it would help your opponent the second time, but it ended up being a second attack.
That Souk is dismissed.
Puzzle, puzzle box is a
Well,
nice
I
one to
wonder if
pick up here.
investment's going to be trash for VP here.
I think so, huh?
It's it's really a lot of VP. Oh, I was thinking the horse would be trashed and it'd be even more valuable. Like VP is just not that important, so it doesn't it like on any other kingdom it'd be really exciting, but in a kingdom with collection, yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
can pass up a seven VP investment.
yeah. All right. Smith's got to gain a collection here, right?
Mm-hmm. Or two.
Collection crown. I think I like collection crown sleigh. Collection crown city quarter.
Definitely a collection. I'm convinced on that. I do like the second crown. I feel like you can use that to play collection. You can use that. There's just so much good stuff you can do
Okay.
with that.
Yeah. And a city quarter. Yeah, you might as well. The debt is easily paid off with all of this yellow in your deck now. Oh, Tracer makes a good point. Hagler. Yeah, we haven't seen a Hagler buy yet. That's a little surprising. I guess maybe there's not a
Mm,
whole lot of stuff you want below the $5 price point, is the
definitely not.
thinking.
It's pretty awkward because you also really like city quarters. It's definitely awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, and you do have to gain a copper or a curse off of a city quarter buy, right?
Yep.
So that makes it a little, little awkward. But city quarters are going to be gone here after another turn or two, I presume. We're just not buying any more. Tracer says, yeah, I guess with crown and horse, maybe you've got all the draw and all the villages you need.
Chalice.
Yeah, Chalice is sad for Agu there. City quarter now, I assume.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Ooh, plays the horse first that time. Okay,
I
we're
got plenty
getting
of
through the whole
horses.
deck easily.
Yeah.
That was a friendly Margrave.
Oh, and then you have insignia. Wait, no. Oh no, you don't have the one that lets you top deck the horses you gain from Slay. I forget what that one is. Mm,
From
you know the
Slay?
the Sun's Gift one, Sun's Gift loot. I forget the name.
Oh, Sextant?
Yeah. That'd be great in this kingdom.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Much better than Insignia here.
I mean, insignia is good, but yeah, it'd be better. I mean, but why not both? VRSmith
Why not
could
both?
gain it. Could gain it here.
Are you using all three crowns on treasures here, I assume? 6 horses should be enough to ensure you draw next turn, plus the two you didn't play this turn.
Looks like one
Now
crown's
we're
on
crowning
Slay.
once.
Yeah.
All right, so use one crown on Slay.
And used one Slay to top deck a horse, which is pretty like
Wow.
defensive because you had the actions for it.
Yeah, it's being really conservative.
Look at that. You
Oh,
get one VP
we're
from
not
gaining
even
that spell scroll.
but you miss out on 8 or 10 VP from playing the investment instead of trashing it. But yeah, like you said, your VP's coming from collection here anyway.
So do you spell scroll for Haggler now? Or just another collection?
Cool. Collection, yeah, probably has to be collection.
Yeah, probably collection.
It's just so many points.
So you need to worry about the
And
3 pile now. You need to think about what your opponent's capable of now that piles are getting low. But you want to be in a position where you can win next turn. So
I assume you don't touch city quarters any further as either player,
I don't
partly
assume
for
that.
that reason.
I assume VRSmith is going to very carefully consider what their opponent is capable of. And with 6 debt, I think it's very possible VRSmith gets to take another city quarter here.
Okay. Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, I could see that. Oh yeah, nice. Orbing the sleigh gives you collection points as well.
Ooh, I had not considered that play. That's cool.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah. Yeah, they must not be
Whoa,
sending the
no
spell scroll
spell
here because
scroll
otherwise you would
play.
have played it. Ooh, we're getting a haggler. I guess that maybe that has more to do with pile pressure.
Yeah, for sure. Although one haggler's not much. With crown, it matters though.
Yeah.
But without crown, it's like I mean, I guess you buy crown, get a sleigh. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's great. That's a lot of pile pressure. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think VR Smith's just playing very cautiously, trying to make sure they don't dud. And one way to avoid the dud is to keep the spell scroll in deck, right? It's like, hey, I don't need it this turn. I can hold on to it, and it might save me from a mid turn dud. And if not, then I can just turn it into a crown or collection to like win the game on my next turn
Yeah.
or haggler. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Makes sense.
lots of good options.
I mean, basically the way this is set up is whoever you just, yeah, it's all about the piles, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot lower piles to the point where your opponent can pile out because scoring enough on a pile out is pretty trivial with collection, no matter how big of a lead your opponent has. I mean, within reason, right? But you can't get a big enough lead on your turn. I guess what I'm saying, especially with only one collection in play, you can't get a big enough lead on your turn where if your opponent piles out, they're not going to catch you.
Yeah.
Theming on jewels. I don't know. Is that related to the Pearl Diver, the old Pearl Diver
Ooh,
card?
I think you solved the puzzle. But yeah, this is a tough spot for Agu for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you can't, as Agu, I'm not sure you can touch Crown, Slayer, City Quarter. It just feels like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I
Unless you,
mean,
yeah, it's rough.
it's hard to know what your
Honestly,
opponent's deck can do.
yeah, no, I don't
A
know.
spell scrolling deck with uh, lots of buys.
Yeah, I think VRSmith just wins on their turn if they don't dud.
I think so.
I don't see a way around it. On the other hand, there are two city
Collections.
quarters left in the pile. That means you need at least 8 coins to buy that. So you need 28 coins. Um, VRSmith probably has that, but
Why are they not crowning collection here?
I think we're
They
gonna see
crowning
what gets
hammer?
crowned. Could be pickaxe. Get three
Oh, you get
horses in
more loot
hand.
into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and I guess again, I don't know that the points are all that important, right?
So are you convinced, Sounder,
At this
about
point.
the value of pickaxe?
Yeah, it's definitely paid off here.
I think I think it's the best card in Plunder.
I guess, yeah, I mean, I can see that. It. I was just thinking that instead of filling your deck full of loot, you'd want to fill your deck full of collections. But once you have deck control, it certainly is a nice card.
Yeah, I think both players have gotten really good pulls from it.
What are
Like
you
that.
using the hammer on this?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can gain a slay. I honestly don't think that matters because the VR Smith can just crown the haggler if there's like one extra slay there and they don't have the money. Like it just doesn't matter. You can gain that
Slays
slay.
would
You
go
just
pretty.
don't want to touch crown or city quarter. I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is this turn accomplishing, DZS? That's an excellent question. It's really tough. Um, I feel like you need to get a collection and a haggler at the very least, so you can threaten to win next turn.
Yeah, maybe that's it. As Agu here, you're just playing for some sort of semi duddish. I mean, you're just playing for VR Smith to not win on their turns,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
So
28
you want to
coins.
cover yourself your
28
turn.
coins is a pretty big ask. Like for VR Smith. I don't know what they had last turn.
Rushing silver over horse is interesting.
Yeah, I mean they don't need the money, right?
It's-
Why not? Horse is a good
Yeah,
card. Like especially if you can save your crown, right? If you can avoid crowning a horse, it's great because that means you can crown a
yeah,
collection. It's like always fantastic.
yeah. Yeah, we're splitting the difference. We're gonna trash a horse and a
Yep,
silver.
seems fine.
Yeah, that sword isn't doing a whole lot.
I would definitely hammer for Slay and potentially even play it with a
Yeah,
word,
I like that.
but
I like
looks like
that.
that's not happening.
No, no. Get 2 VP as well,
Yeah.
and more reliability in your deck.
Yeah, because I mean, and that VP matters in the sense that VRSmith could have a really big like if somehow VRSmith has a big turn but can't end it, like you need to be able to make enough VP on your next turn to beat that. But yeah, I would have played the Slay because you don't need the 3 coins. All you really need is a collection and Haggler. I think that's literally the only thing you need. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Ooh.
that's game over. Yeah, you can't take that crown.
Lead on horse or city quarter here? Oh, there you go.
And the spell scroll is just going to keep
Yes.
on empowering City Quarter.
Yeah, that's nice. City quarter now, I
I assume
assume,
that
or I
as
guess you could
well.
play a horse.
Interesting.
Oh, we're playing the spell scroll. Are we crowning? What are we crowning? A
Crowning City
horse?
Quarter. Whatever.
Okay.
I think it all works. Like, look at all those
Yeah, I
horses.
assume that. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of horses. I assume this wins,
Yeah, you crown the Haggler. Yep. And then you
and then you,
crown the collect whatever. You crown whatever you want.
yeah, crown the $2 and $3
Crown
cards
some
in your
payload.
deck,
Yeah.
and you just pile up. Oh yeah, you can even add more loot to your impressive payload.
And the slays stay in hand so that in case you gain doubloons, you can put the gold in hand. That's funny.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Very important what you set aside with the puzzle box.
That looks very winny.
Do you think you have 28? Yeah, it was over no matter what. Like VRSmith would have
Yeah.
needed a very unlikely dud um, to not win. And it's very unlikely because they had, it turns out, 8 horses in their deck.
Yeah, I forgot they had so many horses.
Yeah, VRSmith did everything possible to like avoid a dud, and it paid
Oh,
off. And that was the yeah, the pressure's on, you know, both players now because
yeah.
IU kind
VR
of
Smith.
passed up their best opportunity to close it. But still, VRSmith needs to win the next 2 games to bring it home. Agu only needs to win one of the next 2 games.
Oh boy, we got Margrave back, along with Charlotte and a couple nasty attacks. I guess Charlatan isn't such a nasty attack, but
Triumph in the
we
kingdom.
got we got Triumph, and we've got plenty of gains between Loot and Astrolabe and Margrave, and
Oh, this is an awkward board to get control on.
yeah, the trashing isn't great, is it? I mean,
No,
I always struggle with student trashing. The fact that it keeps top decking itself just seems so slow to get your deck off the ground because of that.
I think it's especially terrible with Margrave. Although you have desert
Yeah,
guides. You have desert guides. So actually, that's a good argument for playing the student.
yeah, yeah. I think you have to play with student now. You want those favors so you can pitch those 3 card Margrave attacked hands that aren't any good. Yeah. So what do you open your student?
Silver.
Do you play with Fortune Hunter here?
No.
Boy.
I need my terminal space for Margrave.
Yeah, it's just too the terminal space is too valuable. Just a
Yeah.
silver then or an astrolabe? It's got to
Yeah.
be a silver, right? Because you want to hit 5.
Yeah. I'd go student
You want to hit
silver, I
5.
think. You could
Yeah, I
also
think so.
consider student flag bearer if you have the 3/4.
Yeah, I guess as VR Smith here, if you see Agu play 4 coppers on turn 1, then maybe I'd be inclined to buy a flag bearer.
Especially if they open with a terminal. You like if you open flag bearer, you feel kind of good.
Sure. Okay, they buy a student with 4, so VRSmith doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
that they only have 3 here.
So probably too risky to buy that flag bearer.
Yeah, you probably just have to buy the silver.
Okay, and Agu it seems like doesn't even consider the flag bearer, but gets 5 anyway.
Well, Algu just had 3 there, right?
Oh yeah. You're right.
He
No
had
no
4 on
chance for
turn 1
that.
and didn't play. All right, my chat is not scrolling again.
Oh. Okay, that worked out.
What happened? Oh, we spent a
Two, two favors,
favor.
and
Oh,
hey, VRSmith has 5 now. So
and hit 5. Okay.
whoa,
Oh, Charlotte.
charlatan. Okay,
Did not expect that.
maybe figuring with desert guides and Agu like has a student that Margrave's not going to do too much work early. You definitely need to play with Margraves later because it's the draw.
Yeah. Crushing curses with student does give you favors as well.
So
Obviously, the curses are still annoying, but
yeah, charlatan does give 3 coins. That's a pretty good benefit.
yeah, you've only got the one buy though, so I don't know what you're doing with all those coins.
Well,
I guess you could potentially foray.
mm, I would expect a
Plus
Margrave
five.
buy from VRSmith, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so gonna not play student instead. Oh no, gonna get to conjure. Okay, conjure's good. Gains
Yeah.
fortress.
Yeah, conjure is good. Gain all the fortresses with it.
Definitely seems like a one conjure kind of kingdom.
Right.
There's just
Yeah,
not
once
enough
the
good stuff to
fortresses are gone.
gain for me to consider getting a second
Yeah.
conjure.
VRSmith considering rotating here. I mean, I don't think you want the wizard, right? Or the
No,
sorcerer.
but it is a question of like, is my opponent get more value out of this conjurer here? I don't really care if my opponent gains a second conjurer. Okay, it looks like
Oh,
VRSmith
buys
has
a
one.
conjurer.
That
Yeah, interesting.
yeah, I think it's important to have one.
I guess that, yeah, and I guess you're thinking that's probably your only shot at getting one if well, not your only shot, but your only shot for a while if because you know your opponent has a student on top and can rotate away from it. So makes sense. And I assume you just guide here as VRSmith.
I assume
It's
so. Also,
better than crashing one copper doesn't seem like a return.
no, you've got good cards down there. Unfortunately, you can't play them both. But
Yeah.
what can you do? You got to start gaining those fortresses, and you can gain them both. So you probably maybe you can foray. No, you probably can't do that. You could foray if you played charlatan. Ooh, so that is something to consider. Assuming you see
I
charlatan
mean, I see
and conjurer.
yeah. I assume at some point you foray here, but
Oh, Agu can foray
probably
right
not.
now.
Do you?
Yeah,
Or would you
I like
rather?
it.
Yeah, I guess so. Because what else are you buying here? A fortress? I mean, you don't want a second Margrave. I mean, I guess they could get a charlatan. The fact that they drew their conjurer dead here is pretty sad. Because you wanted to play that conjurer to gain fortresses. Yeah, I think it's either
Certainly.
fortress or foray.
Yeah, I
So
think so.
foray probably is the one.
It's not super sad though because Agu can desert guides next turn.
True. Yeah, and get back around to their good cards.
Hopefully, it does like they'll put all those cards in their shuffle. So who knows? But
Yeah,
at least gives them a
yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I think 4A is probably the best value here, but I wouldn't hate a fortress either. Just get staff. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice if loot worked like tournament and that you can just like pick your loot, like you could pick your prize from tournament?
I'm not sure if that'd be better
'Cause
or
then,
worse.
yeah, I guess that would make it a little too overpowered because there's always some loot that you want to get.
Because one of the big trouble with tournament is how like snowbally it is. Like the first person to pair
Yeah.
tournament with province gets a really huge advantage. I could see loot being more in that direction if you could choose the first loot. There might be some like sword, right? And now you prevent your opponent from getting a
Yeah.
loot somehow,
I
right?
think you'd have to have, yeah, if there's right, there's two of every loot available where you could only gain one of each loot. That way your opponent still would have a chance to gain the same
Mm-hmm.
powerful loot. But
So it looks like
yeah, they
Agu went with a second Margrave, which is not on wasn't on my bingo card.
no, I did not expect that. Meanwhile, VRSmith picks up two villages, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
And they'll get to pick up a third village here because they played the Conjurer, and maybe even a fourth if they
Yeah,
crash a copper with Steve.
or you could ditch here. I don't know. Hmm, I don't know.
Fortress, and then you hoping to, I mean, or you could just not play the student and buy a Margrave, given that you're
Yeah,
going to have
yeah, there it
three
is.
villages in your deck.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
saving the favor just in case you get attacked by Margrave. It's always good to
yeah,
have one of those favors there.
yeah. I like that play. Smith needs that Margrave, and with three villages, it's a great time to pick it up.
Lich in the house.
Any Lich tricks on this kingdom? Probably not, huh? Nothing
Hmm.
unusual, anyway.
At some point, there may be flag bearers in the trash, but where nobody's cracked open that can. So very good to see
Yeah,
the
look at this
Margrave
turn,
there for VRSmith. But
especially
hey,
with
Agu's
three
got a good
villages.
start too.
Yeah, other Margrave. Yeah, yeah. I like how Smith played this. I definitely would not have gone about it building in the way that she did, but it barely seems to be working out
Yeah,
well.
Charlatan first was unexpected, but probably I'd say almost certainly hurt Agu more than the Margrave attack would be.
Yeah, given Desert Guides for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine to pick up two fortresses here. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and Smith picking up the Conjurer when she did was pretty key as well. It could have been easy to miss that and then be locked out of the Conjurer for a while. Because gaining all these fortresses is really nice. Necessary.
Yeah, so that's going to be a potentially a 6-4 fortress split if VR Smith wants it.
Fortress Astrolabe? I mean, you don't really need an Astrolabe, right?
4A doesn't do anything, Malo. You need three
Yeah.
uniquely unique cards. 4A is really niche.
Yeah, you'd have to not play the Conjurer, but you need to put you want
Well,
to get
you
all the
no,
villages.
you would just play a copper instead of copper silver, but it's just like no.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd rather
I see.
buy Fortress
Because
Astrolabe
yeah, you gotta take the last fortress here. You just have to.
silver apparently instead of
Yep.
Astrolabe.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got two Margraves for plus buy.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't think the silver does much. Like
Yeah, I
Triumph
could see
Triumph is in
past
the
the
kingdom. I would have preferred Astrolabe.
Oh yeah. Good yeah, good point. I forgot about Triumph. Yeah, that extra buy might come in handy. Yeah, and it keeps the card out of your deck for one turn too, which is nice. So yeah, Astrolabe would be better.
Triumph is definitely awkward here. Funny thing is, VRSmith hasn't used student on estate a single time. So they still
Is
got
that right?
all their estates. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got their three starting VP still. That's interesting. And they're out of favors too, which is could make this turn a bit rough.
Could be. Yeah, and what do you gain with Conjurer now? Could be Flag
Yeah,
Bearer.
it's Conjurer's also bad. Yeah,
I mean, especially for VR
although
Smith, who has the 6 fortresses.
yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, as Agu, I don't think I would start a flag war,
No.
given that you have few villages.
Nah, trashing estate and picking up a Margrave looks fine to me as Agu. I think you're going to want 3 Margraves in the deck.
I think as Agu, maybe you just undo and don't even play the Conjurer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't mind Astrolabe at all. Yeah.
There you go. You got it. Yeah, it's just
A pair of
both
Astrolabes
players.
is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of awkward
yeah,
turn for VR Smith.
yeah. I guess you could start the flag war as VRSmith if you want. Yep.
Although Flag is even bad into Margrave, right? It's like, oh, great, you got an extra card. You get
Yeah,
yourself
it's
the
one
discard
more
down to 3.
part of search space, but you're gonna have to discard.
Although, honestly, that search space seems pretty valuable given that you still haven't seen your Margrave.
Yeah, yeah. Both of them down there, right?
Yep. So you will see it. I think it's guaranteed.
And Conjurer over. Oh, is it 7-3? I don't know. I'm not sure what the
Yeah,
split
well,
ended up. I know I went to VRSmith, but I'm not sure how. Ooh, staff is a nice pull. It's not as critical now with plenty of fortresses, but it's still a nice
mm-hmm.
7-4 now. Why 7-4?
So you can like play Conjurer with staff all the time.
Yeah, staff is so that would be 6-5, right? Not 7-4 or 7-5. If we're counting staff as the 11th village. Uh-oh, DZ played a board out of your nightmares, Aguchi. What is Guide Weaver
Yeah,
Experiment
yep.
Tower?
That is a nightmare.
You don't you don't like the what do you not like about that? The Weavers?
Well, I mean, it depends on the rest of the kingdom. If it was literally just that, it'd be fine. But if the kingdom gave you hope that you could actually build a deck where you get control and have fun, then
Yeah. Otherwise you're just
then it'd be painful because
guiding away your hands so you can weave for experiments and
you
kind of
yeah
keep
that
bouncing.
kingdom as described you never get control. You just do stupid stuff until the piles are empty.
You just keep, yeah, replenishing your experiments with Weaver and a lot of wheel spinny stuff.
I don't even know that experiment is very important to be honest.
All right, a fourth Margrave for Agu.
I think it's reasonable.
Feeling the
Like
staff.
you don't want a dud, so that helps you
Yeah.
avoid the dud. I just don't know where you go from here. Honestly, for either player, I'm just a little confused about the end game of this board.
Yeah, VRSmith definitely needs another Margrave. They've
For
got 9
sure.
cards down there with
And they didn't
no
even
draw.
get to play their student.
And get to play their student and replenish a favor. Yeah, that's no good.
Okay, there we go.
Well, remedied the Margrave situation, but I'm
At
gonna
what
have another
cost?
dud here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
So,
they can draw around to a Margrave with if if Agu plays 4 Margraves
by
or
the
even
way,
3 Margraves. They have a shot at finding one here, I guess.
for the record,
Not
Agu
a very good.
has 4 fortresses. There was some discussion in the chat whether it was a 7-3 split. No, it's 6-4.
Yeah, and Agu's not going to play a 4th Margrave here, but oh, look at that! They do play a 4th Margrave, and it finds
They get
Margrave for
rewarded
Smith.
by not drawing their final fortress.
Yeah, that's very fortunate.
What happened with VRSmith? I'm pretty sure the lack of a third Margrave really hurt. And also having no favors.
Yeah, not the student was
Wait, how did VRSmith get a Margrave in hand? What did I miss?
Agu played 4 Margraves, so it's cycled through and triggered a
Oh my
shuffle.
goodness. All right,
Um,
well,
yeah. Now VR Smith has 4 fortresses and 3 Margraves down in those 21 cards, so could be she could have a turn here.
yeah. Okay, we're considering 4A.
Akuchi and Agoo03
They're
could
on
be the
3A.
same person. You're using this
My, J-
military experience to help play better.
my Japanese alter ego.
There you go. So what are you doing here as Agu? Are you greening now?
That's the question, isn't it? Um,
Like greening would obviously mean triumph.
because it's tough to do any more with the deck. Like, you've kind of maxed out your terminal space. So
Yeah,
you,
unless you get another staff with your foray here.
even still, you can't like staff draw really. So
Yeah, true. You're using the staff to play a conjurer or a
flag
student.
bearer or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, or a flag bearer.
I just don't know. 4A was an interesting
Fortune.
idea. Oh boy.
Would you? Ooh, Lich. Wow. Is there good stuff in the trash?
Maybe the game's over.
Oh,
Is the game over? Is that what Aku is saying? Can they buy Margrave and 5 Astrolabes and then triumph and win?
next turn, you mean?
I don't know.
It didn't triumph. Interesting. I thought they would score there. I guess they don't need to score because I guess
No, there's
VR
no.
Smith can't win here.
Uh,
I assume VR Smith is gonna
I think Agu can win.
on their turn. You think Agu
Potentially,
can win?
right? So Conjurer can gain an Astrolabe, and so they need 17 coins and 7 buys. And they definitely have the buys.
Well, VR
And
Smith is almost certainly going
they
to
had 15 coins at last turn.
triumph at least once here.
Well, once isn't enough. But yeah. If ER Smith, like, buys Province Triumph or whatever, like, yeah, okay. But I'm saying, like, Agu is threatening to win if VR Smith does not green.
Right. Doesn't
They
score
need
enough.
they need
Yeah.
17 coins. I think they probably have that. They probably counted it out.
Hmm. So what's the decision point
Oh,
here?
there's also curses is another potential. Somebody in chat brings up.
VRSmith only crashed in a state.
So Margrave by a bunch of curses double triumph is maybe even triple triumph. Yeah. Margrave, a bunch of curses triple triumph is now a line for Agu to consider.
We're gaining a lich on this side as well. Oh, that could be rough, but VRSmith has some villages down there that they'll presumably see.
I think this is game. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't score, did they?
Oh boy, you really need to see a
Better
fortress
be
here,
even
though.
if you're playing a lich.
Yeah, you need to see fortress
What's
here.
that?
Okay, you're good. Yeah, there it is. We will see it. I have no doubt. Astrolabe's coming in clutch.
Yeah, those buys.
Yep, gain an Astrolabe, play it. Could have trashed a curse, but
Yeah, how about Japan? We got an all Japanese final, don't we? Triple triumph. Yeah, I guess no amount of scoring for Smith would have prevented that.
Yeah, good line for
Well
Agu to
done to
find
Ogden.
with the Lich. Yeah,
Wow.
congratulations.
With the pressure on in a game 6 as second player. It was well done. Very well done.
Indeed, yeah. So the finals will be agoo03 versus. I'm loading the thing.
Siami.
Siami 4, yeah.
Siami 4.
There it is.
Yeah.
3 versus 4. But they're the 15 seed versus the 18 seed. All right, and we're guaranteed to have a
Okay.
new champion because neither of those
First
players,
time ever. Yeah.
yeah, both of them are, in fact, yeah, neither of them made the top 8 before this year. So, all right, good
Exciting
match.
stuff.
Yeah, and congratulations to VRSmith for making it so far yet again.
Yep.
Close match. Thanks for commentating with me, Sounder.
Yeah. Thanks, Aku. It was good.
All right, stay
Appreciate it.
tuned or catch us for the finals of the 2023 Online Championship. Later.